Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
I risk my life to tell y'all these truths.
Cat Williams is back. Brand new material, a new tour, and the same legendary laughter he's delivered for decades.
Nick Cannon got 136 children, Jesus. Did you know that?
Always classic, always Cat.
White people are friendly. You can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning with the wrong number and they won't even be mad at you. Hello? No, I'm sorry. No Shaquita here.
The Golden Age Tour, March 6th in FedEx Forum. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. I sure hope you didn't think the Grizzlies would mess their lottery odds up with the forever loser Kings in town last night. Nope, not going to do that. Grizz let the Kings shoot 50% from the field and snap their 16-game losing streak. It happened last night here in downtown Memphis. Congratulations to Sacramento. Happy for them.
I am too, sure. Why? Why are we happy for them?
I like lottery odds.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. Goes without saying.
Plus, I root for people to pull themselves out of messes, you know? Mm-hmm. You ever see people struggling in life?
Yes.
And you go, man, I hope they can pull out of that.
Yeah.
Kings, been struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dramatically.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to see them pull out of that.
Yeah.
Happy for them.
Okay.
We'll talk about it momentarily.
All right.
First, though, quickly.
We'll talk through it.
First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. We finish this over. We're going to take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Penny Hardaway had a message for Memphis fans last night during his weekly radio show. He said he's, quote, fully invested in this thing before telling Tiger supporters, quote, you have the right guy. We'll dive into that. We'll do it in about 25 minutes. Former Grizzly Vince Williams Jr. suffered what looked like didn't look good.
No.
Ooh, last night in Utah's game against the Rockets, he did not return. He might not ever return. I'll let Bennett and Kyra decide jointly whether we can show it to you a little later on in the show. It's hard to watch.
I'll watch it. We can show it.
Okay, Bennett said we'll show it. We're going to show you a devastating injury. Possible NBA Finals preview took place last night in Detroit. Spurs beat the Pistons 114-103. We'll applaud Wemby. We'll do that in just a bit. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao have scheduled a fight in Las Vegas for this September It's 2026. It's only about 15 years too late for anybody to care, but I guess folks are still going to pay attention. It's going to be on Netflix. We'll spend a few minutes on that. We'll do it in the B block. And the United States women's hockey team, the one that just won gold medal at the Winter Olympics, they have declined an invitation to attend tonight's State of the Union. No surprise there. I'll tell you more about that during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carryout, and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But I did want to start with your Memphis Grizzlies because game 56 of a scheduled 82, it was played last night right here in downtown Memphis. Final score, Kings 123, Grizzlies 114, despite staying in what I gather was probably a terrible hotel.
Oh, come on.
At least according to Anthony Edwards and Draymond Green.
Come on.
He jumped into this one. Draymond couldn't mind his own business.
He took it serious.
He couldn't mind his own business. Despite staying in what I assume was a terrible downtown hotel in beautiful Memphis, Tennessee.
Come on.
The Sacramento Kings defeated the Memphis Grizzlies in a professional basketball game last night. It was a professional basketball game between two teams that entered with a combined record of 33-80. Mission accomplished on some level, you know. Good to see you on this Tuesday morning,
You
Bennett.
too, man.
What was it like to sit inside FedEx Forum and watch a Sacramento snap its 16-game losing streak and win a basketball game for the first time since January 16th?
It was weird.
Yeah.
I guess kind of weird. You know, we're not that far removed from like trying to be super competitive in these games. So yeah, it was kind of weird. It did kind of start off with a bang because Russell Westbrook landed on this lady's drink in the front row and it exploded all over the entire crowd. I think it was. I've never seen a drink explode like that.
I mean, I've exploded a high noon myself,
dude. It was like the perfect landing. I mean, his foot landed like right on that thing, and it just shot up in the air. There's like somebody put a video out of like a slow motion reaction to the whole thing, and it's so good.
You ain't even a golfer if you ain't ever exploded a high noon on a cart path.
Right.
I mean, you ain't even a golfer. You don't even know why you got golf shoes if you ain't ever exploded a high noon on a cart path.
I've exploded a few of them.
Yeah,
in my lifetime.
High noons will explode on you.
It's like drinking water, brother.
High noons will explode on you.
Yep.
You know the way you address high noons, don't you?
What do you mean?
You take a glass, fill it up with ice, fill it up with your vodka of choice, and then your mixer.
Is the high noon?
That's how you. If you want to get after it, if you want to get going.
That's intense.
I thought you were serious about it.
I mean, I am. Maybe I'll have to dabble, but goodness gracious.
I thought you were serious.
I could maybe do like 3 of those.
Well, how many you need?
Well, what comes in a packet of high noon? Is it 6? They do 6 packs?
They have little weird packs of high noons.
I know, they got those weird ass packs.
It's like they're trying to say you 8. I ain't trying to get 8 high noons.
I need 6 or 12.
That's right.
That's it. We've all agreed as a society it's 6 or 12.
Yes. Don't ask me if I want an 8 pack.
No.
And also, you can keep your black cherry to yourself.
I hate black cherry.
I hate black cherry.
And everyone looks at me like I'm an idiot. Everyone's like, black cherry's the best flavor.
It's not.
Of all the seltzers, everyone's like, black cherry's the best flavor.
No,
black cherry sucks.
Black cherry sucks. It's the worst one.
Yeah. The worst one's pineapple and mango.
I F with pineapple.
No.
I F with mango.
No.
I F with both of those.
I like the more exotic flavor. Like, give me a passion fruit or
I like a passion fruit.
Or a grapefruit.
I'll do a watermelon.
Yeah, those are kind of sick too. I like just a standard lime, just regular
I like a lime. I like
lime
a lime.
is perfect.
I like a lime.
If I'm uncertain about one of those kind of drinks and they're just like, we have lime, give me lime. Just give me the lime.
I think this is true. I think we could do a social experiment. Mm-hmm. I think I could take every type of high noon and I could have a party at my house. Yeah, we're going to need it to warm up a little bit. All right. But when it warms up a little bit, I can invite you over.
Yep.
Bring your wife and your kids. Mm-hmm. All right. Maybe we'll invite some other people. Maybe we'll try to actually be friends and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to invite you all over.
Okay.
I'm going to buy every kind of high noon they got.
Okay.
I'm going to fill the whole cooler up.
All right.
And at the end of the night, you know what I'm going to open up and see?
What's left?
40 black cherries.
Yep.
That's what's going to be. The black cherries will be left there.
I think that's true. I think that's true.
It's just like if you take a...
I don't know, though, man. The casuals like the black cherry. They just do.
I don't think that's right.
It sells. I think it sells.
I'd have to look into it. But my instincts tell me black cherry is like the Milky Way of high noons. In other words,
It's like the Three Musketeers. of
either
high
one. They
noons.
did the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Subpar candy bar.
Milky Way's okay. This is another conversation for another day.
Kids go trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
Candy bag sitting on the dining room table probably for the next month.
Mm-hmm.
You just go ahead and make that a thing.
Yep.
This is just going to be sitting here for the next month. Every time you walk by it, oh, here's a Reese's. I'm going to grab a Reese's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a Snickers. I'm going to grab a Snickers. Ooh, there's another Reese's. I'm going to grab another Reese's. Ooh, another Snickers. By the time you get to about like November 17th, ain't nothing in there but Baby Ruths and Three Musketeers and Milky Ways.
A million Three Musketeers.
Oh, they got nothing but Three Musketeers in there.
Mm-hmm.
All the Reese's are gone. You couldn't find a York peppermint patty to save your life.
Right.
But there's 11 Baby Ruths in there.
Right.
Same thing with black cherries. That's what I think, at least.
Okay. I agree.
Ice, glass, your vodka choice. They don't pay me to do it anymore, so I ain't saying it.
Mm-hmm.
But your vodka choice. And then
We need to talk to somebody about that.
and then
Because I think they're over. I think they mess with us. Actually, I'll talk to somebody about that. I know what you're talking about.
one of my claims to fame.
I know.
It's a claim to fame. At one point, Memphis was the #1 market per capita for New Amsterdam vodka. That's a claim to fame.
Mm-hmm. I think they mess with us over here. Let me do some digging.
You could pick your vodka choice and then grab the High Noon, pour it on top, mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be cross-eyed like Cash Patel before the night's over.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting in your chair looking like Cash Patel before the night's over. What? You know what he looks like.
I
You
do.
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
That dude's eyes go everywhere.
Yeah.
It ain't my fault.
Goodness.
Proud of the Kings for snapping their losing streak.
I am too. That was nice, and happy for Westbrook. I still like seeing Russell Westbrook play. Like I said that on the double post last night. I used to hate Russell Westbrook. Like when I was, during the G&G era and all those series and everything. Like he was like public enemy #1 around here.
I was sitting at the house last night. We had the game on.
Yeah.
And Lou, my little guy, goes, "Is that Russell Westbrook?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Why does he play for the Kings?" I said, "I don't know."
I know. He's played for a lot of teams at this point.
I don't know.
But
I don't know, Lou.
Over the years, I've gained a just huge respect for that guy because it doesn't matter if he is playing on a perennial playoff contender or the Kings that just
Or
lost
for the
16
Kings
in a
on
row.
a Monday night in Memphis, he's gonna play.
He's going balls to the wall every game, and I respect that. And he did last night. Man, busting people's drinks open, just dunking on people. He's going crazy, hitting threes.
I just thought it was funny. My 9-year-old was baffled by the idea that wasn't he the MVP and a future Hall of Famer?
That's correct, son.
That's right. Why is he playing for them? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I wonder myself.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Proud of the Kings.
Yeah, proud of them
For
too.
snapping their 16-game losing streak despite having to stay in what I assume was the worst hotel in the world.
I don't agree with that.
Did you see Draymond?
I did see
Why
him.
can't he ever just mind his own business?
And why can't he just have a good time? Like Anthony Edwards was being funny, and then Draymond has to get on his podcast and be like, "Oh, actually, it's like a big problem." Like, shut your ass up, dude.
Why has Memphis hotels become ain't we dealing with enough?
I know.
I mean, listen, we try to stay at it. All right, you guys have your little NBA season and keep winning and trying. We're just down here minding our own business now. Okay.
Yeah.
We're just down here suffering. My poor little guy looked at me last night, and he said, "So did Scottie Pippen Jr. get suspended?" I said, "No." I said, "He just got fined."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "How much? 200 or 300?" I said, "No, 35,000." That's a hard thing to tell a 9-year-old. I know. Because he was like, "What?"
I know.
He was like,
I'd
"What?"
fall on my knees.
He was like, $35,000. I said, "Yeah, $35,000." I said, "That's what they
Yeah,
charge
that's
these
what they
guys.
do.
That's what they do." So he goes, "This is what we're dealing with." He goes, "Is he one of the Grizzlies' good players?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "Yeah, he is." He goes, "Who are the other Grizzlies' good players right now?" I said, "Son, focus on your homework." I said, "Focus on your homework." All right?
Yeah.
Focus on your homework. We don't have to worry about that right now. All right? I'm not ready to have this conversation right now. All right? I wish Draymond would just mind his own business.
Yeah, I do too.
Our hotels are taking a beating. We got a real PR nightmare on our hands.
It seems like it. I mean, if we're being serious for a second, it might be a look in the mirror type moment.
It might be time to look in the mirror. I will tell you, as somebody who has stayed in most of the downtown hotels, the Peabody's amazing.
Yeah.
I love the Peabody.
We were at one this weekend that was nice. We didn't stay there, but the hotel was cool. The Chisco over there.
Yeah, I've never stayed there, but I've been there.
It was beautiful inside. Sure. Yeah.
I love the Peabody. I'd recommend it anyway. I guess the Westin's taken a bit of a beating.
I don't know.
I've stayed at the Westin.
I like it.
I like it fine.
I know. I'll stay there right now.
I stayed in the LeBron suite. You know the LeBron suite?
Yeah.
Where he's
I remember the LeBron suite.
He's tweeting because they're playing music outside or something. He's like, I'm trying to get some sleep.
Dude, I miss and this is just a
in the
separate
LeBron
conversation.
suite. I liked it fine.
Man, back in the day, those dudes used to walk across the street. Like, that doesn't happen no more. That's more of just the NBA protecting their players.
You could just like look up and like Steph Curry would just be walking
across the street. Yeah.
My favorite visual from FedEx Forum of all time of just randomly seeing a basketball player outside of FedEx Forum. My favorite visual when we had the AM 730 studios on Bill Street. So you would drive past FedEx Forum, every morning.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember the context, but it looked like I'm just driving half asleep, and I'm like, is that Allen Iverson? Locked out
when he got locked out of the building. I remember that story. Yep.
He was just standing outside FedEx Forum, just like knocking on the door.
That was the last straw. He was like, "I'm out of here.
Gotta go." It's a tough deal.
Yeah,
it's a tough deal. I like the Westin fine, but I haven't been there in a minute, so maybe it's fallen off a little bit. But downtown hotels are taking a beating between Anthony Edwards and Draymond Green. Might be time to look in the mirror. In all seriousness, we do have a hotel problem. We do. The Peabody is amazing, but outside of that, it sounds like we ain't doing so great. Because when the city hosts, say, the NCAA tournament, I just remember this. Like the regional final is here, right? So the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight is here at FedEx Forum. I think Kentucky and UCLA played a great game with Lonzo Ball and De'Aaron Fox, right? So the way that works is when you bring 4 teams to Memphis for the NCAA tournament, or even more so when it's you bring more than that, right, for the first and second round, so 8 maybe. You bring...
It's like 200 people right there.
Okay. So the way they assign the hotels is like, this is the way the NCAA does it. If you're the highest seeded team here in any city, you get the best hotel. What they consider the best hotel. So let's say let's say the Sweet 16 was here this week, and Duke was in Memphis for the Sweet 16 as the number 1 seed in the South. Just play along. Duke would get the best hotel. So they might say, Duke, you stay at the Peabody. And then say, okay, who's the second highest seeded team here? And it'd be Purdue. Okay, Purdue, you get the Westin. Okay, who's next? It's UConn. This is an amazing regional. Okay, you get the Hyatt down there, all right? Eventually, this is my point, you run out of nice places to stay. And I have had...
And then you got to put people, like, spread out throughout the city, and everybody wants to stay downtown.
I don't bring this up to shit on downtown. Draymond and Anthony Edwards can do that. I bring it up just because it's a true thing, and we're talking about it because they brought it up. I've had college basketball coaches tell me, man, you wouldn't believe the hotel they put us in Memphis. And they get mad at the NCAA for putting them in this crap hotel. But what they don't grasp is, well, that's our 5th best hotel. That's our 5th. Now, you go get the 5th best hotel in downtown Dallas. That's different. 5th best hotel in Midtown Manhattan. That's different. 5th best hotel in downtown Memphis. Might be bad. And so we have a hotel problem. When we build, like when the Warriors build a new arena, they get an all-star game, right? And when the Clippers build a new arena, they get an all-star game. And so you get these conversations every once in a while like, hey, if we were to renovate FedEx Forum or get a new, could you ever? No, because we don't have enough hotels. We don't have enough. It's a non-starter. Like, could you have an all-star game in Memphis if you put the best arena in the world right here? No. Why? We don't have hotel rooms. Not enough nice ones to put people in. And I guess that's become a part of the public conversation over the past few days.
It appears that way.
So
I wonder where they're going to put Draymond tomorrow.
they used to all stay at the West, and now I gather a lot of them stay at the Hyatt Centric.
I think that's probably true. Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps somebody can find Draymond in the locker room and
just give him some extra pillows. It'll be fine.
So the Grizz are now 21-35 overall, 12-16 at home, with the Warriors set to visit FedEx Forum on Wednesday. Tickets available, Grizzlies.com. You should know.
Early start.
Yes.
Yep, 6:30 instead of 7.
You should
tomorrow.
know Seth Curry, Jimmy Butler, Kristaps Porzingis, all are going to be out. So you're not going to get to see Steph Curry make three-pointers. But the Warriors are still in town.
That's right.
The Grizz are now 11th in the West. 5.5 games back of the Clippers, 1 game ahead of the Mavericks. Right now at Tankathon, they're slotted to pick 8th and 17th in the 2026 NBA draft.
That's not going to work for me. I'm going to need to go. I need to move up a little bit.
I think we're going to need to move up a little bit.
I think we're going to need to move up just a little bit.
That's what ping pong balls are for.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is what brings me to Big Monday. Because if you're a Grizzlies fan and you were at home last night with multiple screens, it was a good time to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Because perhaps your next favorite player was possibly on television. And this is the way I framed it with my guys last night. As you can tell, I'm here in Memphis. I'm not using first Tuesday I've been here in a long time.
Uh-huh. Well, it looks like everything's crazy up north right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to New York this week.
Yeah, when I saw, because I like to dabble in the Today Show when I'm like up drinking my coffee in the morning, and they had all the like blizzard coverage. I was like, oh yeah, it must be bad.
Yeah, I got the phone call yesterday.
Yeah,
and they said, we think we can get you here, but it will really be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 stops, 15 hours of travel to do. There was no way to get there for tonight, but I could maybe get there for tomorrow night in studio.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, but if you're willing to just stay home, it's probably easier for everybody if you just stay home, because if you get stuck in Dallas or wherever, well, then we got to deal with that too. So, honestly, it's just easier for you to stay home, and it's easier for us if you just stay home. You okay with staying home? I said, yeah.
Sounds good.
It sounds great. I didn't want it. I like to work.
Yep.
Or at least I like to be known as somebody who shows up.
Yep.
Does my job. I like to be reliable. So I wanted to work, and I was happy to work, and I was willing to do whatever I needed to do to work. That's the truth. But this is also the truth. It was nice to be home last night.
Yeah.
And it's nice to just kind of get this break before March, because it's about to ratchet up to another level altogether. And then it'll all be over, and we'll take a deep breath. And, man, I'm looking forward to that. But these weeks can get overwhelming. And it is nice just to, breathe a little bit and be at home. So I got to be at home last night, go to my little guy's basketball game.
Nice.
Yeah. And so then we got home, and we settled in front of the television. And this is sort of the way I framed it for my little guys, because we have the Grizzlies and Kings on one TV, and then we got Big Monday on another TV. And I said, listen, the Grizzlies are going through it. You heard. And you watched Jaren's tribute video. It was great, but only reason he got one is because he ain't here no more. Same thing with Desmond. All the people, all the guys whose names are on the jerseys that you wear, for the most part, they're either gone or they seem to be on their way.
Mm-hmm.
But would you look over here? Because you see that guy right there, Darryn Peterson? He might be your favorite player this time next year. See that guy right there with the long hair? That's Kingston Flemings. He might be your favorite player this time next year, because the Grizzlies, they're going to be selecting pretty high in this draft. Hopefully real high.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they'll select this guy or this guy Let's watch this game together. So we sit there as a family, and we watch Big Monday, and we daydreamed about Darryn Peterson and Kingston Flemings. That's what we do these days, right?
Good.
You daydream about
same.
Darryn Peterson and Kingston Flemings. And
I'd throw in AJ DeBonsta. Yeah.
sure, he wasn't on TV
He wasn't
last
playing
night.
last night.
Yeah, but I've talked to my boys about AJ DeBonsta. But
I'm hitching my wagon.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm hitching my wagon.
I did see something with DeBonsta yesterday in terms of points, rebounds, assists, shooting percentages. All you click this, and then see what it spits out. Like all-time great college seasons.
Yep.
Like here's a list of the college basketball players who have ever done this, and this. Spit it out. And I don't remember the specifics, but it was like Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, AJ DeBonsta.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here.
That's like my opinion can be changed. I fully admit that. But like if you were like gun ahead like this, you have to pick the number one pick right now. That's where I'm going. But my opinion can be changed.
I think it's up in the air, undetermined, and anybody trying to tell you that it's not, they're misleading you or they don't know what they're talking about.
Yep.
From a talent perspective, I do believe it's Darryn Peterson. Just in terms of if everybody who's going to be in this draft becomes the best version of what they could be, it's Darryn Peterson. I think. But you're not guaranteed to get the best version of a basketball prospect.
Why do you say that?
As you know. A lot of variables and a lot of things can impact what it is you will become. And that's why it's more of a question than it maybe should be. There are other elite options at number one, most notably AJ DeBonsta, but also Cameron Boozer, Keaton Wagler, Kingston Flemings, Caleb Wilson. All of these people you would at least, take a look at. From a talent perspective, it should be the guy you saw win inside Allen Fieldhouse last night. It should be Darryn Peterson. But everything else connected to him makes it a little bit of a question. And if you're an NBA general manager and you win this lottery, obviously you want to, but man, your job gets real hard.
Yeah.
Because you are making a franchise changing decision one way or another.
Oh, the pre-draft process this year in the NBA is going to be fascinating.
Did you see Brian Windhurst the other day? He put a number on it, but it's the point I had made several weeks ago and revisited, I think, as recently as last week about the idea of tanking and how the NBA is trying to offset it. Mm-hmm. They're going to, most believe, bring real changes to the lottery and everything in advance of next season so that theoretically you're not going through this again next season because it's become a problem. You have too many teams not trying to win.
Right.
It's bad. I mean, do you see the Jazz just...
Yes.
They just ended somebody's season for nose surgery. Is that right?
Yusuf Nurkic is getting surgery on his nose. Yes.
Season-ending nose surgery.
Yeah.
Okay? So you got too many teams not trying to win. It's a problem. They will address it to the best of their ability, most believe, this offseason. But there ain't nothing you can do about it now except for scold and fine. Mm-hmm. So the Utah Jazz got like a $500,000 fine, right? Mm-hmm. And the point I made was you give them the $500,000 fine and you say, hey, don't do that again because next time it'll be $1 million. Mm-hmm. And I told you, you know what the Jazz will say? Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's $1 million.
Oh, dude, there was a quote from an anonymous GM that said that I believe the quote was, we would pay $100 million for the number one overall pick.
So the point I was trying to make in recent weeks was you can keep finding these franchises and it's like, hey, if you do it again, it's $2 million. Okay, here's $2 million. If you do it again, it's $8 million. Okay, fine. Here, it doesn't matter. It's worth it. It's money well spent by a billionaire owner to increase the odds that you get a Darryn Peterson or an AJ DeBonsta, and that's the quote. An anonymous GM told Brian Windhorst, we would pay $100 million for the number one pick right now. Just $100 million to select first. We would pay that price. That's how big this draft is. And somebody's going to win it, and somebody's going to be picked first, and that is a hard job. because Darryn Peterson has complicated this with his approach to this season and the way that his one-and-done year in college has unfolded. And last night, that was, the biggest topic of conversation again. You saw the moment.
Hilarious.
Kyra, if you got it, I should just hold up. I'll set it up, and then we'll watch it together. Kansas wins the game. It was weird. They fall behind early, close the first half on like an 11-0 run to take a lead. Then they, very early in the second half, go on like a 12-0 run to push it up to 20. And then they just sort of hold on. The second half, like the last 10 minutes of the game, we're just sort of playing it out, right? Peterson was fine. Kingston Flemings was fine. Neither had their best game, but they both had moments where it was like, oh, wow, okay, that's it. They both had those moments, but neither was spectacular. Either way, there's a moment where it looks like Darryn Peterson is trying to take himself out of the game again. And Bill Self is just like, no, you stay in the game. Kyra, watch this. Play it for us. Here's Darryn Peterson takes the shot. Look. Keep playing.
Go.
Keep playing.
That's so good.
So good. Because this thing has gotten so twisted up. You probably saw, I told you in carryout yesterday, Mike DeCourcy had a column at Sporting News about Darryn Peterson. He's talking to NBA people. And the NBA people were sort of echoing what it is we're talking about right now, which is like, he's an amazing talent, but I need to know what's going on. Like, why do you, undefeated and top-ranked Arizona's in Allen Fieldhouse, Big Monday. You're not on the injury report, so that means your school does not think you're too sick or injured to play. You go through shoot-around. An hour before tip-off, you tell your coach you're not playing. Your coach then tells us he was surprised that you did not play. This is all on-the-record stuff. Why? Why did you not want to play? Or why did you think you couldn't play? Because a different player with the flu, not just flu-like symptoms, but like with the flu, would have tried to play in that game. It doesn't mean you should have, but I know somebody else would have. So help me understand why you didn't. Another game, totally different. You're playing well. 4 minutes in the second half. You take yourself out of the game. You never come back in. Here, let's watch it together. That's you sitting on the bench right there. You don't look like you're getting worked on. You don't look like you're trying to get back into the game. You're just sitting there. What's going on there? Help me understand that, because that doesn't look like anything I've ever seen with a basketball player. Well, I was cramping. I know, I've seen cramping, but you don't look like you're trying to get back in the game. Were you still cramping right there when you're just sitting there watching for the next hour? Were you still cramping? If so, why wasn't somebody working on you? If not, why were you not in the game? I'm not judging you, but I am wondering because I'm about to, like, I could take
big investment here.
I could take AJ DeBonsa, who just told me the other night. I don't know if you saw this. DeBonsa said the other night he played 40 minutes. BYU wins late Saturday. DeBonsa plays 40 minutes. After the game, they said, "Hey, you played all 40 minutes." He said, "That's right." They said, "Are you comfortable playing 40 minutes?" He said, "I don't know that I should be, but I'm in shape. I can." And if that's what it takes to win, then I'm playing 40 minutes. Contrasted with Darryn Peterson over here taking himself out of games. Now, I think it was a Grizzlies fan quote tweeted the AJ DeBonsa thing. It was like, "Hey, buddy down here, we'll never ask you to play 40 minutes." Hey,
come on.
Give us 28. Give us a cool 28. We'll call you. But if I'm a general manager, I'm talking to Darryn Peterson. These are the types of things I want to know. I could take AJ DeBonsa. I think I want to take you. But I'm skeptical.
What's all this?
What is all this? And so these are real things. And I did an interview this morning in Kansas City on radio, and they were asking me about all this stuff. And I said, like, Victor Wembanyama was the number one pick in a draft. So was DeAndre Ayton. That means at some point, people who run NBA franchises believe both these men were special franchise changing. Because, like, look at the people who were selected after Ayton. All right. And at least one franchise said that's the guy. All right. And they're both immensely talented. That's obvious, easy to see. One of them is wired a certain way, and he's going to go down as an all-time great. The other one is wired a different way, and he's forever frustrating. Nobody can get out of him what it is everybody thought is in there somewhere. Just can't connect to it. It's all right here. What makes Wemby special and DeAndre Ayton frustrating? Let me be clear. One of them is a 7'4" alien, and the other one is, not that. So Wemby, I think, was always going to be the better prospect.
Right.
But they were both number one picks. What is the main thing that makes one of them a future all-time great and the other a forever disappointment? It's the approach. It's the mindset. One lives and breathes and dies with basketball. Was upset he lost a mini game at All-Star Weekend. Seemed visibly bothered with a loss in a game that we can't get most of the other players to care about, except they kind of did this time because of him. He's wired that way. That's what makes him great. Sure, 7'4", all this, yes. But it's the approach that takes it from here to here. DeAndre Ayton. So this is the type of thing, if you're an NBA franchise, you got to know about Darryn Peterson, man. But what makes you tick? What makes you go? Are you a good teammate? When you're watching your teammates out there fighting and you're just sitting over here watching them, how does that make you feel? Let me be clear. If I'm picking the night, I'm still probably picking him. But these are all the things I think we've got to talk about. And he better have some good answers. But I thought last night was a good night for him, even if he didn't play his best. Because for the first time, he kind of looked like a part of a college basketball team. Even in the postgame interview, they did the thing that the Grizzlies used to do and the Thunder now do. Everybody gathers around.
Yep.
Postgame interview. The whole team's back there. They're talking to one person, but the whole team's back there. And he was not the postgame interview. He was just in the background, smiling. That was good. If I'm an NBA front office member, I like that. I like that. You look like you're a part of a basketball team for the first time. You look happy. You finish the game. And so hopefully all this stuff's behind him. And you might look up in the NCAA tournament and he just takes off like Derrick Rose and you go, okay, that's the number one pick. This is all over with. I do think people have gotten to him now. Whether it was Bill. I've had a lot of people ask, like, so what do you think's going on here? Here is the Darryn Peterson summary to the best of my ability. Here's what I think happens. I think he has been bothered by cramping and hamstrings, and then he rolled the ankle. I think all of that stuff's real. Flu-like symptoms, real. I think he had been told so many times by the adults in his life that you are going to be the number one pick, and the only thing that could mess this up is like some injury or something, so let's be careful with it. And like, if you feel anything, I know your body's not right. If you feel anything, you shut it down, because you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and we got to be careful with this thing. So he had just been told that over and over again by everybody. And then even the Kansas staff was like, of course. If you're not 100%, don't play. Of course, because this is the way it works now. And then he like really, really signed into that. And when he felt anything, he just took himself out of games because that's what he's being told to do. And Kansas let it happen because that's what they thought they needed to do.
Yep.
Because this is a delicate situation with agents and dads and all sorts of people involved. So the whole time Kansas is like, come on, man, Jesus, really? But it's like, I guess this is what you have to do in the year 2026 when you're coaching the number one pick in the draft. This is the way it works, right? And I think over the past week, they have started to realize, whether it's Darryn, his people, the Kansas staff, everybody in this conversation, they've all started to realize, we thought the only thing that could cost you the number one pick was like an injury or something. And it turns out that's not true. Us being overly protective of you to the point where it looks like the appearance is that you aren't living and dying with this stuff, that you don't really care. It has created that perception that is now hurting you. You're now nicknamed DNP. That's your nickname on Twitter. DNP. Not DP, DNP, did not play. That's your nickname. There's memes about you. Every time you check out of a game, it goes viral. You are damaging your reputation. And that's why Bill, in advance of this past weekend, he sort of, for the first time, said, hey, listen, he has been hurt. He was sick. All of this stuff is real. But what is also real is he's not finishing games. That's real, too. So, like, if any of you are out there saying he wasn't really hurt or wasn't really sick, you're wrong. He's hurt. He wants to play. He is hurt. He was banged up. He was cramping. He was sick. So when you guys act like that stuff's not real, that bothers me because you're wrong. But if you just want to stick to the facts, hey, he doesn't finish games. He doesn't play a lot. I can't argue with you. And so if you want to change that narrative, there is an obvious way to do it. Play. Finish games. Fight through something. Play. The way Darius Acuff has showed us he will. The way A.J. DeBonson just told us he will. Go play. Because if not, that's going to be the determining factor between you and DeBonson.
Yeah.
Between you and Acuff. Between you and whoever might be picked ahead of you. It'll come down to, if I'm going to spend this pick on a talent, I want one who I know wants to play basketball every day. And I have to be the one to take him off the court, not be the one to beg him to stay on it. It really could come down to that.
Yep.
And that's what you saw last night. The words have changed. Everybody was tiptoeing around everything connected to Darryn Peterson for months and covering for him and covering for the situation. And now they backed off that. Hey, if you don't like people saying you don't play games, go play games. It feels like Bill Self finally reached the point where he said, you are sending me out there in front of these microphones to answer questions that I don't have good answers for. I'm trying to cover for you, but at some point, I don't know what to tell these people who keep asking me why you won't play, why you take yourself out of games and just sit there. I don't know. You're making me look dumb. So, like, if you can't play, that's fine. But if you're tired of people saying you can't play, well, then you need to play. It's the only way to change the narrative.
Yep.
You are damaging your reputation by sitting on the bench. And now they're going to try to push through it, I think. I really do think that this stuff might be behind us now because they know. I think they went into the season thinking this is what we have to do to protect the number one pick. And they've realized that by trying to do that thing, they actually messed it up. So now it's like, play, push through, give me 30-something minutes a night, and you will be the number one pick. And I think that's probably how this goes.
For sure. And, like, I also think, with the tournament coming up and March right around the corner, like, it's him. It's the magnifying glass is just going to get bigger and bigger, right, on this whole situation. And they've got a chance to compete for a national championship.
Oh, yeah.
They just beat a great team last night.
Oh, yeah.
They're awesome. And so how much is he going to be playing if they make a championship run? That's going to be.
Well, if they make a championship run, he will be playing a lot because that's the only way they do it.
That's the only way they do it.
I mean,
yeah.
like, everybody can say whatever they want to say. But I listen to people talk about Kansas and listen to other people tweet about Kansas and whatever. And it's like, I think sometimes people just get too cute with it. It's like, Darryn Peterson might be KU's best prospect, but the best player is Melvin Council. Or like I got asked. I got asked last week. If Kansas goes to the Final Four, will the biggest reason be Flory Badunga? No. Respectfully, the biggest reason will be Darryn Peterson. He's the guy. Melvin Council is great. Darryn Peterson is the guy. Flory Badunga, wonderful. Darryn Peterson's the guy. It was actually stupid. I got it. The clip, you could probably find it. CBS Sports College Basketball tweeted it. I was in studio. Literally, the question I'm asked is, if Kansas wins the national championship, will Flory Badunga be the main reason? And then it just picks up with my answer. So you click on it, and it's me talking, and I go, Flory's been great, but I mean, let's be real. If Kansas goes on to win the national championship, the main reason is going to be Darryn Peterson. So then you look at the replies, and all the replies are like, "Oh, this is what it takes to be a college basketball analyst. the number one pick. Oh, look at
great analyst.
Look how smart the college basketball analyst is. He said the number one pick in the draft could be the key to Kansas winning a national championship. I guess I could be an analyst." And I'm like, I don't ask myself the questions. That's the question I was asked. I didn't put the question in there. They asked me. They said, do you think Flory Padunga will be the reason Kansas wins the national championship? And I said, no. I think it'll be Darryn Peterson. And then I'm just getting, that's social media for you. But I think sometimes people try to get too cute with it. Like, no. If you look up and Kansas is playing on the first Monday night in April, it will be for the exact same reason Memphis was playing on the first Monday night in April back in 2008. Chris Douglas-Roberts had an incredible season. But when that tournament started, it was D Rose.
Yep.
And
that's a good comp. Yep.
When this tournament starts, it will be Darryn Peterson. Or it won't, but he's the dude.
Also, just worth noting, since we're talking about two of the point guards in this draft, the high level, the Grizzlies do have 8 point guards on their roster right now.
Yeah,
that's gonna have to work itself out.
Hey, we ain't passing on Darryn Peterson because of the presence of Ty Jerome.
Yeah, all right? I mean that's if you're considering Cam Spencer and Jemai Meshack point guards. I'm just throwing that little footnote out there.
Okay, well let me throw a footnote out there too. Mm-hmm. If we get the number 1 pick in the draft,
someone's got to go.
Jemai Meshack ain't going to have anything to do with the conversation we're having.
I like Jemai.
I do too. But
he's taking on a very expanded role. Kudos to him, man. He's having to play center out there.
It's tough. It's a tough deal. No, that is, and then we'll move on because it certainly seems like it's time.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I believe in with the draft at the top of it. Mm-hmm. With few exceptions, and I mean few.
Yeah, don't get cute.
Don't care about fit, position, none of that. If I don't care if you have a NBA All-Star at combo guard. If you get the number 1 pick and your evaluation is Darryn Peterson is the best prospect, you just take him and you figure it out. Because most famously, I guess it was the Trailblazers?
Yeah.
Had Clyde Drexler. And they said, we got an all-star 2 guard.
We're not taking Michael Jordan.
Why would we take a 2 guard in the draft? We have Clyde Drexler. Why would we take a 2 guard? We already have a young all-star level 2 guard in Clyde Drexler. So yeah, I know this guy Michael Jordan from North Carolina is available, but it doubles up the position. That's crazy. We're not going to do that. Give me Sam Bowie. All right, well, you just passed on Michael Jordan because of fit, because of positional needs. That's a mistake every time. You saw what happened with the Spurs this past draft, right? They already got Stephon Castle. Why do you need Dylan Harper if you already got Stephon Castle? Because we believe he's the best prospect available. We'll figure it out. Either they'll play together or we'll find out they don't fit together and then we'll move one of them. But we're not passing on the best prospect available in our minds because of what position he plays. And that's why the Spurs are the Spurs. Yeah. If you can do what 2 pass there, follow what Portland did back in the 80s, or do what the Spurs did in this past draft and has done throughout decades to accumulate success. Copy the smart franchise. Take the best prospect available, regardless of fit. We come back, turn our attention, college basketball. Penny Hardaway held his weekly radio show last night. Had some interesting comments for Tiger supporters. We'll share them with you next. Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Simply amazing. Wells, a rhythm 3. Yes, sir! That's an exclamation point on this game.
Grizz fans, defend your home court from pests with Terminix. Before cockroaches, spiders, and mice show up, Terminix it with our pest-free 365-plus year-round protection plan. Visit Terminix.com today and enter code SAVE50 at checkout to save $50. Terms apply. Go Grizzlies!
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479
Or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
How are you able to release and have an instrumental song become a huge deal?
And I forget who the disc jockey was, but he put the wrong side on. He put the Green Onions by mistake and played the B side instead of the A side.
No!
And that's when the change happened. These people started to call the station and say, play that song again.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either, and that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays in the evenings and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's OrthoSouth at orthosouth.org now. Got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Penny Hardaway held his weekly radio show last night at Brookhaven, had some interesting comments. Did you see these comments?
I did.
He said to Tiger supporters, Bennett, I think he was talking to you. This is what he said. He said, Big Bet Bennett, I want you to know you've got the right guy. You've got the right guy for the job. We have sort of pivoted into these conversations are happening very publicly now. He does seem to be, after the loss to UAB and then at the radio show last night, he's now sort of making the case for why he thinks he's the guy to get this back on track, and has seemed to, I think, reiterate what most people already assumed, which is he doesn't always look like he's having the best time in what is undeniably a rough season, but he does not want to walk away. He does not want to leave this like this. He wants the chance to turn things back around and get it to a good place. And he very publicly sort of made the case for that last night and spoke directly to Memphis fans. And because I know he knows that a not insignificant portion of the fan base no longer believes he's the right guy. That's the truth. Whether he is or not, other people can debate. But there are Tiger fans who love that man, who no longer believe he's the right guy for the job. And so I did think it was interesting that he, quite directly said last night, you have the right guy. That's a response to what he's hearing and what he's feeling. And we'll see where it goes from here. But I think, as we've talked about a lot over the past week, my best guess at this point is that he will get that opportunity. Barring a surprise, I think he will get the opportunity to turn this thing around next season. And if he does, then he'll get the following year. And if he doesn't, that'll probably be it. In advance of that, they'll probably hire a general manager. I did see Kyle Tucker, who is back covering college basketball now, make the point on Twitter yesterday. You look at the top 4 teams at KenPom right now. They come from different conferences. They play different styles. They are supported to different degrees. But the top 4 teams at KenPom right now are Michigan, Duke, Arizona, and Illinois. And do you know what they all have in common? A general manager.
They do.
General managers.
I heard Jess and CJ talking about it with Will Coleman earlier, and I didn't even really think about it this way, but because I've seen people suggest online, like, will he even be will he even accept that? Like, will he even want a general manager? That's not like John Calipari has a general manager.
Yes.
Like that, they made that point, and it's like, dude, it's just what like big time college basketball programs are doing. It's not we're hiring this guy because you need it, or you're not doing good, so we're hiring this guy. It's big time college basketball programs need this.
Well, I think both things can be true.
Yeah.
You're not doing well at roster building. But even if you were, we still think you need this guy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's just, I don't want to belabor the point, but the Arkansas general manager or the Duke general manager, they are working right now. Like right now, they are working on things that have nothing to do with the basketball team. So like at Duke right now, you know what John Shire's doing? Preparing his basketball team for a basketball game. Focused on that. What time is practice? What time is shoot around? What time is film? What time is... And then there's a whole nother person over here talking to agents, working, trying to see, okay, we know Cameron Boozer's leaving. What about you, Isaiah Evans? You leaving? Are you for sure in the draft? What if we got $1.5 million? Would you come back to school, not even test the product? Somebody else is working on all that. It's hard to do both. There's not enough hours in the day. You can't do everything. And college coaches aren't even trying anymore. They're hiring people to help them in this specific aspect of the job that is obviously new. Somebody tweeted me the other day, and because the conversation was about should Memphis hire a general manager, and they were like, they should hire GP. No, I want to be. I wouldn't know how to do that job.
You're not a player getter.
I mean, I think I could learn how to do that job, but I would have to learn how to do that job. And Penny doesn't have time for me or anybody else to learn how to do. I want to be clear. I wouldn't even want the job, but like, they need to get this right like that. And I'd be trying to hire a general manager right now, like February 24th, to have that person in place for when the transfer portal opens, because that's what there are other general managers at other schools. They're working right now. They're working right now. So whether Penny wants it or not, I think he'd be smart to accept it. And I don't even know if it's going to be his choice to accept it or not. He's going to be surrounded by different people next season, I would assume. And then we'll go into it. Everybody knows the stakes. Hey, go win a conference championship and go to the NCAA tournament. And man, that'd be great. Short of that, we're out of excuses. Short of that, then it's time for somebody else to do this job. I think, barring a surprise, we will head into next season, everybody understanding those things. And Penny made it clear once again last night at the radio show. He wants to have the opportunity to get this turned around, and he believes he's the right guy to do it.
Number 2.
Vince Williams Jr.
Man, what the hell's wrong with Tari Eason? Come on, man. I like Tari Eason too.
It's cheap.
That was lame.
I should, before we show this to you, tell you that it's not. It looks bad. We haven't got a confirmation yet. The expectation, as of 10:58 a.m. Central on February 24, 2026, is that it's a torn ACL. That's what it looks like, and that is what folks are suggesting on the internet. But we'll wait for the MRI. Either way, I told you what you're about to see. Here's former Grizzly Vince Williams Jr. suffering what looks like a tough injury last night. That is actually hard for me to look at.
Yeah, your leg's not supposed to do that.
Why? What is it? Tell me if this is weird. That is hard. I watch a lot of wild things on the internet.
I was going to say, that ain't nothing to me.
That For You tab, I mean, I see people get shot every day. I watch murders all the time on my For You tab. And it is easier for me to see that than it is to see that leg bend like that. Why is that?
Because the murders seem like something out of a movie, and that you can actually feel it when you watch it. Like your leg's probably bent wrong before, right?
I've had a torn ACL. I'm an ACL survivor.
There you go. And so when you see that, you can like feel that in your leg. Like
I just sort of noticed that about myself. If I were sitting around last night, just like, got my computer up, and it was like, oh, here's somebody just tweeted this video, and it says like, look what happened in Nashville yesterday. Let's get a murder in Nashville. They like to talk about our murders. Let's get one in Nashville. All right. So they say, ooh, look what happened in Nashville, on the streets of Nashville last night. And I click on it, and it's like a guy, and he like walks up on somebody and shoots them in the back Like, I watched Luigi shoot that guy, that
That's
insurance
right.
guy.
Yeah, I remember that.
I watched Luigi shoot that guy 50 times, right? And I don't even really blink.
Mm-hmm.
But I see Vince Williams do that, and I go, ugh.
Yeah.
But I think you might be onto something.
Yeah.
The shooting doesn't seem real to me.
No, it's like a movie, right?
Because maybe I'm just blessed. Maybe this is my privilege coming through. I've never actually seen a shooting. Have you seen a shooting?
I've never seen anyone get murdered.
I've never seen anybody get shot.
I don't think I've seen anybody get shot. I'll plead the fifth.
Okay. Bennett, you go have investigators
Well, it
in
doesn't have
here.
anything to do with me. I didn't do nothing.
Is there like an unsolved murder out there you're involved in?
No.
Are you involved in an unsolved murder?
No.
Do you know where Nancy Guthrie is?
Oh, man. And then did you see like Savannah's video this morning that came out?
I saw it, but I haven't watched it.
They upped the offer to $1 million. They've like kind of, I mean, dude, they were basically accepting that she's probably gone, but that they would like to like get her back, like if they could locate her.
I mean,
like I think they've, because it's been 24 days. So
I mean, the best case scenario is you've got an 84-year-old woman with no medication that she needs.
Right.
That's the best.
Right.
That's not great.
No. And so I think that we're kind of starting to get to the point where people are coming to terms, but like they would like to know where she's located.
You know, we don't always figure this stuff out.
Right.
Like the Amy Bradley documentary on Netflix.
Right.
You watch that and it's like, they don't know. They have theories, but nobody knows what happened to Amy Bradley.
That one's wild.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know what happened. It's like you can talk to every investigator, and they all have theories. We think the most likely thing is this, but they don't know. There's a chance we just never know what happened to this woman. I doubt that, but it's been 24 days, and we don't seem any closer than we were yesterday. Although there is some like new video stuff, and there is some evidence now that whoever the person is that took her had been to the house in days prior.
So scoped it out, yeah.
Yeah. So,
wow.
I mean, I think we talked about this whenever it came up. Like, it doesn't pop into your head that you got to be worried about your 84-year-old mother being kidnapped. Like, if you're lucky enough to grow old, and you're lucky enough to grow old with your parents, you do start to worry about them in certain ways. I worry about my mother in certain ways, but not about her being kidnapped in the middle of the night,
right,
out of her bed. That's not on the list of things I worry about.
No.
Crazy. Anyway, you're not involved in that, are you?
No.
Okay. No. Good.
No.
It's just, I just noticed I could watch Luigi shoot an insurance man 70 times in a row and not blink. But I can't watch Vince Williams.
Torn ACL. Well, allegedly torn ACL. It looks bad.
It looks bad. Anyway, get well soon.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
Number 3.
We had a possible finals preview last night.
Yeah, I got a little testy.
Spurs and the Pistons. Kate Cunningham, in his first high-profile game since everybody's calling him the MVP, he missed 21 of 26 shots. And the Spurs won 114, 2-1 on 3. And I saw some people jump on TV and they say, yeah, the Pistons they're number 1 in the East. Congrats. You're not real title contenders. It almost feels like people talk about them like the Raptors in the middle of the LeBron era. Like, congrats, Raptors. You can be the 1 seed. Or congrats, D-Rose Bulls. You can be the 1 seed, but you're not really going to do this. And that's the way people are talking about Detroit now. You can be the 1 seed in the East, but we don't buy you as a real contender.
I mean, the East is for sure interesting because, like, I just look at that top 6, and outside of maybe the Raptors, I could make an argument that all 5 of those teams could contend for an Eastern Conference title.
Here's the thing. In the West, if somebody says, I think it's Oklahoma City, you don't even argue. Why would you? Or if they say, I think it's San Antonio, you probably don't really argue with that. Like, you could see that.
And they could overtake them and get that 1 seed. They're 2.5 games back now. They're surging.
Oh, all that is a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hamstring. And,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But in the East, somebody's got to go to the finals. So who's it going to be? Who do you believe in?
Okay, first I need to know what's up with Jason Tatum.
That's
Because
the one.
if Jason Tatum is back and back to being Jason Tatum for the playoffs, then that's who I'm taking.
But you're usually not back
from
coming off an Achilles.
I completely
That is
agree.
usually the 2 years later you're back.
But at the same time, Jaylen Brown's playing like an MVP. So, like, what if Tatum comes back and just takes a back seat to Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. The Celtics are super interesting, and then obviously the Knicks are super interesting. Like outside of the Pistons, who are at number one.
You got a bunch of Eastern Conference teams, none of which feel like the type of teams that should be an Eastern Conference champion.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody has to be the Eastern Conference champion.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And even though they're sitting at 3, Knicks fans are going to be sick if they don't do it this year.
I mean,
they just are.
I think everybody's going to be sick if you don't do it this year.
Yeah.
Like if you're Detroit, I know you're still early in the process. This might be your shot.
Yeah.
This might be your shot. You get Jason Tatum coming off an Achilles. You get, Giannis maybe missing the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Halliburton injured.
Yep.
This might be your year in the AFC. It's like no Mahomes, no this, no that. This is everybody's year to go do it. And then whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
But this is it's opened up. The East is. I don't know that anybody in a traditional sense looks like a quote Eastern Conference champion, but somebody's got to be the Eastern Conference champion.
I would be willing to bet that the playoffs in the East this year might be more compelling than the playoffs in the West.
Just because it could be all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look up and it's like, and now we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's the Pistons and the Raptors. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, that's probably extreme, but you get the point.
Yep.
Anyway, possible finals preview last night. 2 of the best teams in the NBA. Wemby on one side, Cade Cunningham on the other. Spurs win it in Detroit.
Number 4.
What year is it?
It is 2026.
I thought so. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather are going to fight again.
See, and this is where, like, every time I'm ready to crown Netflix is like, oh, man, y'all are, like, really, really, like, y'all are doing it big with this sporting event stuff. Like, what was the one that we just had, the big boxing match that we were so fired up about?
Didn't we have a Logan Paul?
No. It was like the real fight. It was, I can't remember what it was. We talked about it a few weeks ago. Anyways.
Terrence Crawford.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they do this, and I'm just like, come on. I just feel like you don't have to do this if you're Netflix. I think you're bigger than this in the sports world. And I know it's going to get a ton of views. But I feel like Netflix is bigger than this. You don't have to do this.
The first fight sucked.
First fight sucked a decade ago.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
I mean,
they were past their prime then.
It was 2017.
So almost a decade ago.
No. It was longer than that. He fought McGregor in 2017. I guess I could just Google it.
So it's over a decade ago.
When
Pacquiao, I'll find it.
You do it.
Yep.
So it was 2015, May 2nd, 2015.
Uh-huh.
So it was 11 years ago.
Yep.
It will be more than 11 years when they step into the ring in September. It will be more than 11 years since they had last stepped in the ring against each other. Floyd is now 49 years old. Manny is 47. The first fight sucked because they had both aged out of it a little bit, or at least Manny had aged out.
Manny had, yeah.
And he had an injured shoulder that limited him in the fight. So Pacquiao can't throw, and Floyd, is the one of, if not the greatest defensive fighter of all time. And so it was boring. Fast forward to 2026, they're going to do it again. Floyd Mayweather is not my favorite person of all time, but one of my favorite boxers of all time. There is not a pay-per-view he ever did that I didn't buy. This will be on Netflix. I have it. I don't have to pay a penny extra for it. I think just on principle, I'm not doing this. I need to show Netflix this is not what you should be doing.
Because then he's going to fight Mike Tyson, too.
I know I'm not capable of changing the world, right? Me boycotting Mayweather Pacquiao 2 isn't going to change the world. All right? I know that. But I would like to make a point one way or another that hey, we don't need this and we don't want this. Boxing is an incredible sport. We should be focusing on the Bud Crawfords.
Yes.
Not 49-year-old Floyd Mayweather and 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao. This gimmicky stuff, and I've fallen for it before. You know, I was there for Mike Tyson and
Jake Paul.
Yeah, I was there for that.
But even that is more, that's still, that whole thing always poses the question of, is Jake Paul really a good fighter? There's like that whole thing.
Here's where I'm at on these. Nostalgia draws you in because there are incredibly talented young boxers out there. You don't even know who they are, all right? But you know Floyd Mayweather. You know Manny Pacquiao. They still kind of look the same. Like, Kyra, throw that poster up. They kind of look like what they look like, right? That's the way you kind of remember them. Like, oh, wow, that could have been from 2015, right?
Yeah.
That's a good-looking poster. True. Recognizable names, recognizable faces. But when the bell rings, you know what you're going to be watching. Old men in a boxing ring. That's what you're going to, and we don't like to watch that. I know you love Michael Jordan, right? But if Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler were playing one-on-one tomorrow, you might turn it on just because it's Michael Jordan. But you know what it would look like? Two old men playing basketball.
Yep.
It would not be fun to watch. We don't want to watch this. You think you do. You'll turn it on. It'll look great because they're going to do it at the Sphere, and that place is amazing. Everything about it is going to look and sound big. And then you're going to actually get to, all right, it's time. And you know what you're going to do? Oh, shit. Really? I got suckered into this again? I'm watching an old man fight another old man again? This is boring. I just told you what's going to happen. It's going to be jam-packed. It's going to sound big. It's going to be big. It's going to get a lot of attention. And then it's going to be disappointing because it's two old men in a boxing ring. And we don't like watching two old men in a boxing ring. We think we do sometimes. No. But you can't find me the example where it worked.
You know, maybe they'll get like, because we had it when the last when the Paul Tyson thing happened, and forgive me for forgetting their name, but the two women that fought beforehand.
That was great.
That was great.
But that was a real fight between two elite world-class women boxers.
And then they like capitalized on that and had their own fight.
Yes, and that was
later.
great.
So maybe you get some of that here.
Yeah, maybe that.
Which would be cool. And then you turn that into like the next big Netflix fight that's a real fight. I don't know.
Perhaps. Well, maybe, to your point, this Mayweather and Pacquiao can't, I don't think, provide a compelling boxing match. But what they can maybe do is provide a massive stage for other compelling boxing matches. Either way, September, live in Vegas. You can watch it if you want to.
Number 5.
The United States women's hockey team, gold medal winners themselves.
Yep. They beat Canada too.
Yep. Declined an invitation to attend tonight's State of the Union address. They said they appreciated the invitation, but because of previous scheduling plans and professional commitments, they would be unable to attend. This, of course, comes after it got a lot of attention. The President of the United States was on a phone call with the men's hockey team.
Oh, hot mic moment.
And he seemingly joked, but still said what he said. Like, hey, I would love you guys to come to the State of the Union. And, I'll have to invite the women, too. I'll have to invite the women, too.
Come on.
I'd like you guys to come, I'll have to invite the women, too, or else I'll get impeached. And everybody laughed, and it just moved on. But you know who didn't think that was funny? The women didn't think that was funny. And so I don't doubt that they had prior commitments and professional obligations. I'll take them at their word. But even if they didn't, they weren't going to this thing. Not after that. Nor should they. Would you? I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, imagine if you were standing right outside this door one morning, and I got here early. I dropped the kids off at school, and I just came in, sat here in the dark like I do. And you walk in early, and I don't know you're here, and you don't know I'm here, but you hear me on what appears to be a phone call when you walk in, and you don't come in the studio. You're standing right out there on the other side of this wall. I don't hear you. I don't know you're out there. And I'm planning a get-together, right? And you can tell after a while, I'm talking to Vernon. And you could be, and because you hear me say, William and Haley, that's two. Absolutely, bring them. We'll order pizzas or whatever. And I'll say, Roser's already said he's coming. Jess and CJ will be there. Devins said he's bringing, 12-pack of High Noons or 8-pack. And, yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to have to invite Bennett. It'd probably be awkward if we didn't, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so I guess, we'll invite Bennett. It'll be fine.
That would hurt.
So then, 30 minutes later, I go, hey, man, I don't know if I told you, but we got to get together at the house this weekend. I think Vernon, Roser, Dev, Jess, CJ, everybody's coming down. I'd love it if you guys could be there. You'd be like, oh, thanks for the invitation. And then you might text me later and be like, hey, I don't think we're going to be able to make it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And the whole time you're like, I guess we'll have to invite Bennett. Like, you only invited me to not hurt my feelings? Like, well, no. You know what? I heard what you said. Now I know what you think. Now I know where we stand. Absolutely not. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I think that it'd be a more appropriate stance to embrace all U.S. athletes. I think that would probably work out in your favor.
It's just another. It's just another moment where
it was lame. It was lame.
It's just another moment where, have I ever joked around with the boys? Of course I have, right? But it was just another moment where, for whatever reason, people who don't look exactly like the people in that room yucking it up are just sort of dismissed and discounted and don't matter. Like, I would imagine that's the way those women took it. We worked hard too. We want a gold medal too. We did this for our country too. We're proud to be Americans too. And there's the boys and the president just like laughing it up and like, oh yeah, I guess we'll have to invite the women. We don't want to, but I guess we'll have to. It's just another example where that group of people, or at least that person, makes a different group of people feel like they don't matter. And if you pay attention, you can probably pick up on the pattern. Be back with Carry Out.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Wells, a rhythm three. Yes, sir! That's an exclamation point on this game.
Grizz fans, defend your home court from pests with Terminix. Before cockroaches, spiders, and mice show up, Terminix it with our pest-free 365-plus year-round protection plan. Visit Terminix.com today and enter code SAVE50 at checkout to save $50. Terms apply. Go Grizzlies!
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Chance at the ultimate Memphis getaway. The Memphis Grizzlies and Memphis Travel are giving away weekly prizes in the I Love Memphis Getaway sweepstakes, plus a grand prize, the ultimate Memphis getaway, which includes a 2-night stay at Canopy by Hilton and 4 seats to a Grizz game. Visit grizzlies.com/Memphis Travel and enter to win before Monday, March 16th. We're announcing new prize winners every single week. Let's do carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
So we got some breaking news connected to Tiger basketball. Sincere Parker, you know, he had some legal issues.
Yes.
They have been dropped.
Oh, the charges have been dropped.
They have been dismissed.
How about that?
How about that? And I'm not going to express any strong opinion about that because I don't know whether the charges should have been dismissed. I don't know whether he really didn't do what he was accused of doing. But he did maintain his innocence the entire time. And now those charges have been dismissed. And this is one where I think I have become less rigid than I used to be. This is one where I have adapted, I think, and changed my opinion over time because I've seen this happen too many times. I was at a point, let's say within the past 10 years, where I believed if you were charged with the type of crime that Sincere Parker was charged with, it is an automatic suspension, indefinite. We're not saying you're guilty, but we cannot have somebody accused of such a serious thing publicly representing our university. And so if you were charged with sexual assault, domestic violence, legally we'll figure that out with lawyers and everything else. But playing basketball for a major university is a privilege. It's not a right. And we're not going to allow somebody charged with serious crimes to represent us publicly. That's where I was. And that felt reasonable to me. And you know what happened? I kept watching players get charged with crimes, get suspended, sit there, their whole career in limbo. They're losing time, they'll never get back. Losing games, they'll never get back. And then the charges are dismissed.
Yeah.
And you just took something from somebody when ultimately the legal case that prompted you to do it amounted to absolutely nothing. And that's I sort of got to the point where I think that's maybe more wrong than the alternative.
Yep.
And so every school can take it on a case-by-case basis. These are all complicated things. But if I'm choosing between two not great options, I think I'm more willing to let somebody represent me under these set of circumstances if I believe them sincerely. If I sincerely believe I'm on the right side of this, and they are too, I think I'm more willing to let that person continue to represent me while the legal process plays out, because the alternative is possibly taking away something from somebody that they'll never get back for reasons that you'll regret later on. Because what if Sincere Parker would have been held out of every game this season up until now? Because that's just university policy. You're charged with these crimes, you don't get to play for us. Well, this morning, then the charges are dismissed. And he looks up and he goes, I told you the whole time this was not as it was presented. And because of your policy that's outdated, I think, I just paid a real price that law enforcement officials or the district attorney or whoever decided they couldn't pursue anymore. I told you I was innocent.
Yep.
I told you I didn't do this the whole time, and you still punished me and took something away from me I'll never get back. That would feel great, would it?
No.
So this is one where I think I've moved on it. I used to think a player like Sincere Parker should be automatically suspended every time. As soon as the charges hit the paper, you are done until we figure this out. And I don't know that that's I don't think you could be that rigid with it anymore. So good news for this young man. I don't know the details of the case. Sometimes charges are dropped not because you didn't do nothing, but for any number of other reasons. So, I won't speak to the incident, but it is now legally, whatever happened, it now appears to be behind him.
What's today's biggest game?
Okay, let's go college basketball. You know what?
Where are we going?
We're gonna take you to Columbia, Missouri.
Good. I was hoping you would go here.
It's Mizzou Arena.
Yep.
It's a SEC showdown between two likely NCAA tournament teams, the 22nd ranked Tennessee Vols and the Missouri Tigers, who are last four in the field right now, according to most projected brackets. Tennessee, 3.5-point favorite on the road. Totals 144.5. How you going to act?
It's a huge game for Missouri.
Huge.
They're 2-3 at home versus ranked opponents. So you got a chance to get to 500 at home versus ranked opponents.
Okay,
which,
Bennett.
See, this is my committee hat.
Okay. Look at little
because
committee.
that's a note, right?
Yes.
Well, they're 500 at home versus ranked opponents. How could we leave them out of the field? So I'm gonna go Missouri. I'm gonna go Missouri plus 3.5 here.
Home underdog.
Yeah.
That's the way I would play it too. You gotta have a sold out building.
Yeah. I think it'll be tight.
Sold out building. Tennessee's been better lately, but they're not great, although they did just win at Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
It is a huge game for Missouri on the bubble, like last four in. So every game's a huge game. And the next four, 2 at home, 2 on the road, they are projected as underdogs in every one. So they're going to have to win some games they're not supposed to win, like this one, to actually stay on the right side of the bubble. Bennett says take Missouri at home.
Yeah.
If I were playing it, that's the way I'd play it too, Bennett.
Need a win. Took an L last night with Houston. That was tough. That was tough.
Tennessee laying 3.5. Bennett says take Missouri plus the 3.5. Tip is tonight, 8 o'clock. You can watch it on the SEC network.
What are we watching on TV?
Can I interest you in famous last words?
Possibly.
The Eric Dane story.
Oh, this is the Netflix thing that he filmed, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is exactly, but I saw a clip from it.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's sad as shit.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, Eric Dane, most famously in Grey's Anatomy, but also in Euphoria.
Yep.
And he passed away February 19th, age of 53. He'd been struggling. His health had deteriorated. It was ALS, yes.
Yep.
And so he did a sit-down interview, and just sort of talked through it and had messages for his daughters and stuff. The other night we got through watching basketball, and we were just laying in bed, and Kelly was like, she was trying to find something to watch, and she was like, click, click, and I was like, what is this? And it was like, Eric Dane's, and I was like, I just can't do this right now. I just can't do this right now. I can't watch this man. It just, you know what I said? Literally anything else. Put on one of those little Hallmark shows that you like to watch.
Yeah.
I can't watch this dying man talk for the next 50 minutes. It's too much. Would you watch it?
Maybe. Maybe. I didn't realize that his wife or ex-wife, I guess, was Rebecca Gayheart, who's famously, I believe, the killer in Urban Legends.
Do you remember when they had the little scandal?
No.
It was great.
I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, so Eric Dane and Rebecca, they were married. And then they had a video surfaced of them in a hot tub. And they had a little beauty contestant pageant thing in there with them. And they were all, I don't think any of them had clothes on. And they all seemed to be very high. And that
sounds fun.
It does sound fun. It sounds like the most fun. You get a hot tub and a beauty pageant winner and your wife and cocaine.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I guess.
How about that? I didn't hear about that.
Oh, man, I couldn't get enough of it.
I didn't hear about that.
I think I watched every version of that video I could find, man. I don't think it was anything crazy other than what I just told you.
Yeah.
Two very famous married people.
It all?
Yeah. Two very famous married people in a hot tub. That's normal. Here's another little woman. She's young and in there too. I guess if that's what you're into,
Yep.
And I think isn't that what that Utah reality series is about? Those women.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
they got a lot wilder than that, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and then they were, I think they were real high and real naked. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that was a scandal. So Eric and Rebecca, their marriage couldn't survive something, so they were headed for divorce at one point. And then this is all serious. And then he got diagnosed.
Yeah.
And they stayed married for whatever reason.
Yep.
But they did not stay a couple. They he had his partner and she had her partner, but they were technically married until the day he died. Anyway, he spent 50 minutes talking about everything on Netflix. And maybe I could learn something from it, gain some perspective. But I just didn't want to lay in bed and be sad. So I just said, please turn on anything else. But if you want to watch Eric Dane,
I will
talk for 50 minutes about, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I don't know. I have any idea what he's talking about. But I bet it's important. So you can stream it right now. It's top 10 in television shows, Netflix.com.
What's the best thing we've read?
Top 25 and 1 has been updated over at CBSSports.com. The main result that impacted it was obviously Kansas upsetting Houston last night because Kansas was an underdog. Jayhawks are now 41-0 all-time on Big Monday under Bill Self. I moved them up to number 11 in the top 25 and 1. Houston down to number 6. You can find it on the homepage, CBSSports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow will be Wednesday. Get ready for the Warriors to come in town.
Yep.
Hope their hotel's okay.
Yeah. I don't need another Draymond video.
Jesus Lord. Last thing I need is...
Although, I mean, he's playing here. I'm sure he'll have another video after the game.
Last thing I need is Steve Kerr bitching about the Westin.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I need tonight is Steve Kerr complaining about the Westin. All right? Take it easy on our hotels, guys.
Take it easy.
Take it. We're doing we know we could do better. We're trying. All right? We're trying. Chris Vernon will be with it.
Good.
That'll be fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to enjoy mine. Let's be back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.